Hey guys, sorry, I'm had Wi-Fi troubles or something logging on myself, so I'm a couple minutes late. You know how much trouble Susie Q is having with her Wi-Fi. So thank you guys. I see Susie Q here and a lot of people coming over from there. Ed, I see you're sitting in the blue room, so let me bring you in. We painted it blue. That used to be the green room. Welcome, Ed. Uh-oh. No sound, Ed. Could be this end or that end. All right. It's done this to us several times, so let me start looking to see if it gives me any broadcast info. Nothing of interest there. Settings. You can do mime for them, Ed. Okay, when I click settings, it won't open. So there is probably the problem. It's just being a booger tonight. There we go, it opened. Audio. My audio is working fine, it says. Okay. Let me click on you, Ed, and see if it tells me anything about you. Maybe if you go out and come back, I don't know. That's what old people do. They unplug it and see if it'll work when they start it back up. That's what I've always done, not just since I've been old. Let's see who's in here real quick. Oh my, a bunch of people. There's Chattanooga Ed, Chris John, Eric Furlow, Fish Dreams, Candy Overhauls. Candy's cooking dinner. I'm glad I already ate mine. I hear she's a good cook. Rainier, Amy, Maria Z, welcome. Uh, Looking for new names. A lot of chit chat earlier. There's Susie Q, also known as Susan. Chevy Fish, A Fish, Dan Slee, welcome. Lori Vinker, welcome. Jessica, aka Mismatched Socks, John Larson, welcome. Still in ya, still. I hope Ed's back there waiting because I'm going down. Select Pet, John. Well, if it isn't the Codfather and Ed Muscles, you got us. If I can ever get Ed talking, got to have Ed talk. A Fish, Maria, or any of the mods can do that. I'm afraid I'll cut off the chat if I try to drop links. I haven't been doing this but like 6 months. I haven't learned to drop links in here. Somebody will drop it though. Thank you. All right. Ed is not waiting, so let me see. Nope. Ed's not waiting, so maybe the problem was on his end. Griff, you found me. Awesome. I was missing you. We were talking about you yesterday at Aquatic Aesthetics. Angelfish Keeper. Hey, welcome. Rico Stan, welcome. Rico Stan's a member. You mentioned you wanted the link for the members. Amy is a member. Scott's is a member. I need to look and see how many members. Sandy Dowdy's a member. Sandy, I don't think I said hi to you. I'm sorry. Maybe I did. I think you said you were the first one here. But hi anyway. That's one of the things I said I would do because I feel like people, they're giving you a couple of bucks or $3 or whatever it is. You should at least, like we thank people for super chats, you should at least. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, please let me know. Well, Ed is still not in there. So, are you in the chat, Ed? I wanted you to talk about shrimp since you know so much. You definitely know more about them than I do. Sit up. I already brought Yazzie in here because I know what he was going to do. He always knows the stream times. Hey, Pam, and welcome. You guys, if you haven't seen or heard, Maria Z is an awesome channel anyway, and has an awesome voice that she hates like I hate mine, or she doesn't like it. I hate mine. But anyway, she's a great narrator, and she's got some rainbow fry, and it's some of the more rarer, hard to get rainbows that she and I both got from Dan's Fish, or she may have had them already. But I just got some from Dan's Fish, and she's got a bunch of fry, a bunch of them. Thank you, Eric. I don't know about awesome, but thank you. I appreciate the kind words very much. And you guys know I give my super chats to the ARC shelter, so I don't need any fish money for sure. I got too many fish. Uh-oh. Struggle being a fish fam member. I keep trying to keep that tank behind me, but maybe I should put this up on a podium thing. Somebody could link that video if they want to get some views on it, because it's a cool vid. And she talks about a couple other fish in there too. I'm gonna see, where did Ed go? Where did Ed go? I'm afraid if I go look at my messages, I'll lose the chat. You did get yours too? Yours looked bigger than mine. I thought maybe you had those fish a while and maybe added to them. I don't know. But yeah, Griff, we were talking about you back to, I can't believe I remembered. Hey, Greg, welcome. Glad to have you here. We were talking about you at Aquatic Aesthetics, and Ed was telling Rob that there was a fish that you wanted to get. And hey, Big Jace, I didn't see you. Yep, someone said shrimp, Dan. But we were trying to remember what it was. So I looked back at our chat when you were there the other day, and it was the Limias. So he gets those in all the time, and he still has a tank of them. He said he'd make sure he keeps them. Billie Jean Palmer, aka BJ Palmer, is a new member. Welcome and thank you. Two new members. Who was the first one? Did I miss somebody? Nathan Fishboy is also a new member, and I missed that, Nathan. I'm sorry. And I don't think I saw you come in or said hello. So hello and thank you and welcome. I think, oh, you're asking him. If you need help, let me know, Griff. Striped. Yeah, are they striped or barred, or they got stripes down them? What, up and down stripes? Thank you, Candy. Catfish Terry, howdy, howdy, howdy. We're looking for Ed, guys. He's gone missing. He didn't have any sound, and I suggested he go out and come back in, and he never came back. Unless he can't get back in. Does anybody, I know you do, Griff. Will you message Ed and ask him what's going on? Do you mind? Because I know you guys message like we do, so. I have those Limias, and if you don't want to, that's fine. Ed went AWOL. I bet Ed's over there in Dayton, Tennessee, running through the autumn leaves with his hair flowing and having a good time. A fish. I understand where it's coming from. It'd be hard to get answers in streams like this because of all the people. Oh, did A fish ask a question? If you highlight it to me, I will watch for it at Kaler's Aquatics. Let me go back and see. And the mods, all of the mods are very expensive. They're very expensive. They're very experienced with fish. So I trust anything they say and often learn from their comments. Bob, I think it is my phone. Can you give me a link in chat or by Facebook? I'm afraid if I go out of the chat, Ed, that I will lose the stream. And I've never done it in chat, but it couldn't be that hard. Let me see. Nope, it's not that way. Private chat, layout. Somebody that knows how to put a link in chat, something that simple. I never got back up to your question. A fish, if you'll post it in there again. There it is. Nope, that's RB Animals. At Bob, at Kaler's Aquatics, what fish go good with beta? I'm the wrong one to ask RB because I break all the rules. But there are a lot of beta people in here. I keep 5 male betas in a 33-gallon long tank, and people will all tell you that's a no-no. So, can you send him one? But what I have with mine are rainbow fish and some little tetras that aren't nippy, like those gold, whatever, not cardinals, but neon tetras. I have those. Oh, okay. Yeah, you said that earlier, and I asked the mods if they would post it in there. I know how to do that, but I'm not. I'm in StreamYard. Mod, you just go over to Community tab and grab the link there. I see the members videos. It's where you guys see the members video. It's that link, I think. Chevy fish, yeah, keep your beta splinters together with their fry. I've heard a couple of people say that. There you go. Thank you, Billy Jean. Yazzy's over there in his old chair scratching him a nest out. Yep, what Fred said. I have some Cory cats in there too. Some I can't remember anything. It's been a really bad memory week, I'll tell you. Not Splendens, but some word like Splendens. I've got a trio in there. And I had a pleco. Guys, remember, some of you were on a live stream the other day when I was looking for my new little koi placot beta in there, and I did find it. Finally, it's fine. It's partying down in there with those other big betas. But I found my pleco, and it was dead. I can't believe that. I watched that fish at the store for 2 weeks. It wasn't the fish. My pH in that tank is 7.4, just exactly what it was in the store, the same temperature, 78, everything. So there's got to be something in my water. It was dead 2 days later. It was dead when I was looking for it. So I have no idea. I'm thinking about taking my water and getting it analyzed. I'll have to talk to somebody like my vet or something and see if he can send a water sample or something like to the state lab membership. Thank you, Candy. Now, as far as putting a link, hey, Raul, howdy. Another great channel there, Raul. Some wild beta home. Ooh, I bet you're tempted all the time with a fish store. They're sure beautiful. They really are. Somebody told me that the wild, or the closer they are to being wild, like cats, and that it's harder for them to adjust to being in the same tank. Um, but those that have been around forever, um, the strains that we're used to seeing for years, that those are a lot easier kept because they don't have a really strong instinct to fight. But I don't want to test it. I had to take one of mine out that was a placat, so, and that's why I got another one, because I wanted one in there. A lot of you people stream in here. There we go. Alex, welcome. Do you know how I put a link in the chat to the chat, Alex? In StreamYard, or anybody? Our co-host's phone died, and he has the link in there in his phone, so he can't get in here. He was in here, but he didn't have any sound, so he went out, and I'm trying to get him back. Guest Kim. When I click on guest, okay, invite a guest. Wait a minute. I think I got it. Now I just have to figure out how to comment in the chat. Post a comment. Hey guys. I think I've got this. All right. I won't remember that next time. Yeah, only mods can, but I wanted you to tell me how to do it, so. Did mine not go in there? Yeah. Thank you, Candy. Yeah, I know, but I won't remember it next time. Kind of had to backdoor it, but I figured it out. There you go, Ed. And thank you for your patience. Yay, Bob. I know when you get to be our age, Pam, any small victory, especially electronic, is like a major hurrah. Ed is not in there yet, so. Hey, Ian. I don't think I said hello to you or saw you come in. Somebody's in there. Let me see who it is. I'm thinking macrostoma, but it will make my wallet cry. I know I have a pair of macrostomas and they've never bred. They're the red, I don't know Latin names at all. Rubra, maybe it's just rubra macrostoma. The male has a real pretty red line down his leg, down his side. I'm thinking about Ed here. Banned from stream. Oh, there he is.
Hey there, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Awesome.
Oh,
thanks for your
great.
patience. Thank you for your patience.
I don't know what happened. My cell phone, when I plugged the jack in, it wasn't picking up anything from my earphones. I tried I've got two different pairs. I'm so sorry, Bob.
Well, I'm just glad it wasn't StreamYard this time that had you blocked, because it wasn't telling me it was. The other couple of times it did. Hey, John Oliver, saying hello to you, Ed. Can you see the stream, Ed?
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks, Maria. I appreciate being back.
Ed Lee Rico Stan said, I wasn't implying put your glasses on. I just make sure you do.
The best way for me to see it is with my glasses. So terrible.
I have 3 different ways of watching it: real close like this, or back like that, or now I have that magnification. I can read those comments from here through the top. It's craziness. I never can find a place I like or I'm really comfortable with. Thank you, Maria.
Yeah, you know what? It starts to get clear from here. but it's still not easy.
Before I got glasses, I love to read. I read all the time, and now that I have all these tanks, I hardly ever read. But I used to lay the book I was reading. I'd put it on a pillow on the floor and like look over the edge of my bed, hang over the bed, and kind of prop up and look. And then I finally had to remove the pillow because that didn't work anymore. And then I couldn't go through the floor, so I finally had to go see the eye doctor. Candy's doing.
I need to go see the eye doctor. I definitely do.
Well, once I did, I was really glad. What?
Well,
Pam
it was
said.
really. Oh, go ahead.
Pam's talking trash. She says that your head hanky matches Bob's shorts.
Is it Cthulhu's? They're little.
I'm scared of Cthulhu, so it definitely doesn't match my shorts. Pam, just to show you that you're wrong. First time ever. I think you can see I have on green, I don't know, dark green jogging pants and my Bubbles t-shirt. So.
I almost wore my Bubbles t-shirt. Instead I wore Godzilla eating ET.
Oh, that's a cool shirt. I like that shirt.
I love Godzilla. I wish I had more Godzilla shirts.
Pam was baiting me so she could see my boxers. That's what that was all about. You know how she is. Pam was saying earlier that her electric was off for like 6 hours and it got down to 50 in her house, but it's back on now, so that's scary. I hope she doesn't lose anything.
Oh, yeah. I bet Larry D does love my shirt. He loves some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, he does. I like all of his stuff. I like the hot sauce and I like the horror stuff. And of course, I love his fish.
Well, it looks like he's going to eat Elliot first, maybe, and then E.T.
Pam, that was all wrong. I was just tucking my shirt in. Pam's in a good mood. Don't try to get your mic out of your pants. That's actually a post about Pee Wee Herman. I think's what she's talking about on her Facebook page.
Well, you said we were going to talk about shrimp, and this is when I really decided I needed glasses because I have 4 shrimp tanks, and I haven't been able to see any of the shrimp.
Oh,
and
really?
When Kenny was here, he was looking in them, and I said, I don't know if there's any live shrimp in there. And he says, oh, yeah, here's one, there's one. It's like, I definitely need to get glasses.
Good night, Angel Fish Keeper. Thank you.
But I've got a bunch of shrimplets from Priscilla's Blue Dreams. They're doing really
good. Really? Which for the blues were you wanting? The blue velvet?
Yeah, I was thinking about getting those blue velvets to put in with Pam's rice fish because she has the blue ones that, the blue shrimp, and try to be as much like Pam's tank as possible because Pam's tank
would be nice. Yeah, I love that tank. Let's see, a couple of new people. Alex, welcome. Foxy, welcome. Chubbs, welcome. Anybody else? Ed, you draw quite the crowd.
Oh, you're the big timer.
Yeah.
Now, is there somebody there named A Fish? And it looks like that's it. I don't know if I've ever seen A Fish.
It's been around, but I think this is his 3rd channel name. If you go check out his channel, you know who he is. As soon as I saw his stuff, I knew who he was. Yeah, you know who he is. You're already subscribed to him. It probably is in your subscriptions because it changes, when the name changed. So we got 68 people and 47 likes. Can we even it up, Maria Z? And she's in caps. Candy taught her well, it looks like. I'm teasing Maria. Candy does influence you when you mod with her, that's for sure. David Samsel. Hello, candidate. Okay. That must be you, Ed.
Oh, hello.
What are you running for?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. I'm
Don't want. I used to have to run for shop steward every 3 years, and I don't know. It's not fun doing all that stuff.
I
used
think
to have
I'd rather do
throw
jail
barbecue.
time.
Yeah.
Jail time with an aquarium if I could then hold any kind of political office. No way.
Yeah.
Toronto Aquatics was his original.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And I think you had one briefly after that, but I couldn't remember either one of them. Rhett's here.
Yeah, I saw Rhett. That's awesome.
I don't see Roe.
I hope Rhett's back's doing good.
Pam's asking you about your foot.
Well, I haven't been able to get the glass out yet. Yesterday I went to the pet store with Bob and Rob at Aquatic Aesthetics, and we ended up talking all day long. And I turned around, I was going to go up the road to the hardware store. Then I was going to go by Walgreens to see if I could get some real sharp, like knife or something for cutting on your skin. And
Okay.
I realized that I forgot that I had a stream with James. So basically, I just turned around and headed straight home. But yeah, Bob, I got a piece of glass stuck in my heel. And when I went to, I could feel it. And I had the Q-tips, kind of like, the Q-tips. Well, that's a bad example. Oh, no. Here, this looks more like Q-tips. I had the Q-tips on the glass, but every time I'd try to pull it, the glass would just pop off.
Yeah.
And because like wood, it kind of sinks in.
Yep.
But so I really tried, and it got stuck way down in there. So I just jammed it in there really bad.
Nathan said, "And push it out." But thank you, Maria, for posting Ed's channel. Was that after I left you then? Because you didn't mention it at Aquatic Aesthetics.
No, I actually did this on Friday. I just didn't say anything, but that's why I was sitting down or trying to lean on things.
We probably didn't stop talking long enough about fish and Griffin, and I told him we were talking with him to Rob. Yossi, come in here.
Oh, we were having such a good time.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think when I got home and I was starting to float bags, the fish that you got me, Ed brought me some of the wild sailfin green mollies. I think that's what they're called. Some fry, and they're really nice, robust fish, and some big fry and some smaller ones, a bunch of them. But I was floating bags, and I'm like, I didn't even say thank you. So thank you for the fish. Somehow I remembered that I hadn't even thanked you. I started to message you this morning. That's when I remembered it this morning. And I thought, no, it's Sunday, and Sunday's family day, so I won't do that.
Well, my Chiefs weren't on TV, so my dad and I were watching New England versus San Francisco, and they're two teams we don't like, but since we really hate the Patriots, we were rooting for San Francisco.
I've never been a football fan. I know the basics of it, but I don't know any, if anything unusual happens, I don't understand it. So I do love baseball, and with my southern drawl and how slow I am, that fits right in with me. So I used to follow the Braves, for years and years and years, and I wouldn't miss a game for anything.
Now, are the Braves in the World Series right now?
I don't follow them now. I have no idea.
Oh, cheapers.
No idea.
Oh, I think it was Tampa Bay was playing Houston to get to the Super Bowl, or the World Series, but I think it was the Braves. Oh, LA versus the Rays. So I guess the Dodgers won. Darn it.
You see Pam's latest comment at the bottom.
Yes, we know how good he is at stickball. He's the champion down here.
Naked senior stickball, no less.
Yeah.
Pam's on it today.
I tried to leave some of it out for the children.
I think you could say naked and senior. I don't know. Did. Hey, Kev. Welcome.
Hey, Kev. And Dead Fred's here.
Rose in bed, this Red says. Huh.
I was told that she's been working a lot, so she's probably been pretty worn out.
I hadn't seen her stream or do a video or anything. The last thing was when she was in the emergency room like a week ago. And so I was even looking today to make sure I hadn't missed something, and that was the last thing. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, Bob Dansley. I know, but I just do regional now, Dansley. I used to be pro with the stickball, but no more. All right, and we're doing like Q said. She said in her stream a while ago, she said, "Do we really need a topic? Because we're not talking anything about." And she kept trying to talk about it. We distract her. And
well, I brought things for the shrimp and everything.
All right, let's see what we're only halfway through, so we got plenty of times.
Well, but this is just as much fun. Well, what do you like? What do you put in with your shrimp?
What fish? Well, or everything in a tank, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, they like some kind of, I don't know. I've found they like some kind of cover, even if it's just like a pleco cave but I think something natural, like a wooden cave, something like that. That's perfect. And
Chala from Rob.
Yeah.
These are super cool, these giant ones that Rob has. And
I actually have two of those in the one of those in each of my two shrimp tanks right now. So I just
did you soak it?
Yeah. Yeah, they've been in there a long time. They've half eaten both of them. So
I dropped them in without soaking them, and they turned that tank that I dropped, the two tanks I dropped them in, so tea-like. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, probably like my coffee, about like my light coffee. Let's see, and I always have some plant, and I think it's better for them if it's something that they can climb around on. Like sword plants are okay, but guppy grass is perfect for shrimp, I find. And also Java moss. I have that in both of my tanks, as well as guppy grass, which came from you by way of Haley, I think.
Yep.
I have sponge filters, of course, and they love to pick those clean. They work on those all the time. What else do I have?
Sponge filters.
Yeah.
I didn't have a quick plant.
You said well, what do you keep? What plants do you keep in your tanks?
Oh, jeepers. Well, actually, I've been doing a lot of hanging floating plants.
Yeah.
For these guys. Well, I've been keeping moss for just the shrimp tanks only. Otherwise I have shrimp almost everywhere. But I've got the moss in two of the tanks. I've got the guppy grass, like you said. But then I've got this really neat. I'll pull one out. I was really surprised it's doing so well.
Dan Slee says Crips and Buse go great with shrimp.
The water lettuce?
Oh my God, I've got so much of that stuff, and I haven't even broke my tub down yet.
It's so cool to watch the shrimp go up and down like they're like little Tarzans or something.
I don't have that in my shrimp tanks, but I've got it in 3 others.
I don't know if it's going to fit back in.
A bunch of it I'm going to get rid of. But yeah, I know. You move a piece and you're like, well, where did that go?
I got these cool bags from Corey, and I bet you he'll start selling them again once everything opens up. But these were like the spare scraps that he saw over there in Asia that they just burn, and then he packaged them up and sold them to us. And I don't know if it was $20 or 10. They're not on his website anymore, I don't think, but they're just a whole bunch of the little pieces of spider wood.
Yeah, they love stuff like that. Throw 3 or 4 pieces in a pile. Yep.
Yeah, I got 2 of these bags, and I wish I would have bought 2 of the little pieces of dragonstone from him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I bought 1 bag, and it's made 2 really pretty piles already in tanks. So I've got another good pile here worth. But I've been kind of saving this for, scapes.
Some
I kind
people,
of
I think Lucas and I think Jeff at Valley Fish, I think both of them recommend piles of stone like that for shrimp.
I just love anything with just a lot of surface space.
Yep. Yep. I bet the shrimp love that. I don't have any rocks in either one of mine. They're 10-gallon. I do have plecos in both of them.
Oh, cool.
I've got those long fin that you brought me back that Haley sent, I guess.
Yep.
I got those, and they're still doing great. And then I've got just some little regular bristle nose, a pair of those, because they have babies all the time in there. And I see little tiny bristle nose, but I never pull them, and then they disappear. So.
Yeah, I had to pay for my bristle nose from Haley, and then she said, "Oh, make sure you give this bag to Bob." And it's like, oh man.
Yep. See it. What does she call me? OG Squad. It pays to be the OG Squad.
But to be honest, though, when I paid for him, she probably would have given me a deal, but I didn't want a deal. And her husband was running her booth while she was out talking to people. So
yeah,
I didn't mind paying because she's got to make something too for all of her work.
Oh yeah. She messaged me during Susie Q's stream and said, "You're going tonight, right?" Like 2 question marks, and I'm like, "Yes, sir." And she said, and she didn't miss a beat. She said, "Oh, that's awesome. Okay, good, great." So I said that because she had who did she have on there a couple of her shows ago, and she was talking. They got on like just rambling like we are. She told him that she wears the pants in her house, and she's the husband, and he's like, "Well, let's talk about fish." But that's why I said yes, sir, and she just went right on with it.
I had a great time. I guess it was like 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, when I went up to Indianapolis, because I got to go to Haley's on Saturday. Well, it was when Sean Peck went with us.
Yeah.
So we got to go to Haley's for Saturday, and then LRB on Sunday. But it was just a lot of fun hanging out with her and her husband.
I saw James's video of you guys touring around. Excuse me. And I was really surprised when I saw she was talking about how small she was, and then when I saw her in comparison to you gorillas, I was like, "Oh my God, she is tiny. She's really tiny." Oh, I gotta
I lost chat.
Do what?
I lost chat for a second, but it's back up.
Oh, I hope it's not for me. I'll go back over there if it is, but my knees hurt. Got to walk a little bit. Got to walk it. Just that little drive yesterday was enough to get my knees sore today.
Bummer.
Yeah, it is. Pam and I can tell you. I want to turn this camera around. Actually wanting to pick my nose. No, I'm really not. Here we go. Yeah, see, there's the floaters in there. I've been doing water changes, and I've got this one filled back up, and now I just have the 180 and my breeder racks, and I'm done with fresh water. But yeah, those roots are awesome.
They are.
These plants, I've got a couple people I'm sending to. They've actually done great to have come inside, and it's the light is what it is. It's that Aqueon, another commercial, Opti Bright Aqueon. Yep. Oh, what else you got for your shrimp tank? I'm going to walk a little and just show a tank or two while you're doing that.
Well, one thing I think that helps a lot are shrimp nets. I've got 2 different types. And oops, now I just made chat super big. I was trying to get it so I could see what I was doing. Okay, so I've got this one. This is the first one I ever got. And it was really funny. I got this at the Aquatic Experience, and my dad actually got it. They have this giant shrimp show where you get to vote on the shrimp, the people that are there. And he voted best to show, and these 2 Asian gals saw him vote best to show for their shrimp. So afterwards, they were so excited, they gave him this shrimp net, and then they introduced us and talked to us, and they're like huge international shrimp breeders. So they gave us like their phone number and stuff is on there. I don't know.
That's cool.
I got their card also, but then Rob, he gave me 2 of these telescoping ones.
I like those, yeah.
Well, I like using these. I use one of these for whenever I've got a dead guppy somewhere for scooping it up out of the tank. Yeah. I know that sounds terrible, but it's my guppy catcher.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You probably didn't see it, Ed, but don't lose your train of thought. These little guppies I got they're the Japan blue gold swallowtail.
Those are nice.
From Guppy Boy or Fish Boy or not Nathan, but he has a website, and I can't remember what his name is. But yeah, and you see that was the main plakat that, well, it didn't get along with the other males. And he's just in there with them. But yeah, that male's starting to color up. But back in the back, going across the back, is their single fry. And it's about a month old now, so I'm expecting her to drop any time, wherever she went. And people were telling me, the beta will eat it. It swims right in front of the beta. The beta could care less. So he didn't eat live food wherever he came from. He doesn't bother them. But yeah, there he is. So he came right up here to the front. His name's Rambo anyway. I figure to survive in there with that guy. So he's about doubled his size. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's awesome.
That's Rambo. Don't name your fish. You know what happens.
I know, but it's so hard.
There's another tank of this stuff.
Wow, you got a lot of them.
Yeah. I haven't touched the tub. This is just from the 10-gallon tank we were looking at. It was so overcrowded. I'm gonna see if I can find my other little one. What else do you have in your pile of stuff there?
I should have brought all my botanicals. I've got a big box of botanicals of all sorts of different things, but I haven't used them yet. I do plan on doing it eventually. I see that gumball you got in there.
I have those in tanks. I just have one in each of my tanks since it's 10-gallon. Yeah. Sweet gum.
Someday I'm going to have to go to your house and pick some out of your yard.
Oh, there are millions of them out there, I bet. Now I'm looking for the little plakat that I got that Rob and I were talking about yesterday, and every time I want to find it, it's missing. Every time. In fact, I don't see any of the betas. Not one of them. Oh well. I couldn't find it the other day when I was showing it as a new fish. Those are my baby rainbows that have grown out and they're adults now. Kurt just posted a video. I'm sure all of y'all got that too.
And this is your 30 long?
That's the 30 long. Yeah, it needs to be cleaned up. I need to take that wood out and put it in the goldfish tank, and they'll have that cleaned off in one afternoon, all that algae. They love to pick algae. They clean that tank in there up in just like 2 days. See all the algae? That's what I'm going to do, is just put it in their tank and let them pick it clean. The plants, whatever, everything. But yeah, those roots are really cool. He could be.
They are.
Anyway, this little fish is really pretty. I wished it would come out. I told Rob already has a new one in it. It's the tank I got it out of, and the one I got is prettier than the replacement he got for sure. It's one of those creamsicle orange. I don't see him. Oh well. I need to do a video on him, and that way I can say, here he is. Nah. That's the only botanicals that I have other than, wood. I purposely got my wave maker detached there. People usually tell me it's not on there. I don't see him. His territory is right there under that rock, and there's a cory cat under there. No, I started to say, here he comes, but that's a different beta. Oh well. How can they hide so good in here?
Yeah, they're all taking a siesta.
Well, they do sleep a lot, but that's the red, white, and blue beta. Yeah. Oh well. He could be back there too. I mean, they get along. These guys all get along. I can't see for that light. He thinks I'm feeding because I raised the lid. Go on back to bed. Not yet. Not yet. They get a little bit of current on this end, but the other end they don't. So when they're down here, they're usually laying by something or hiding. Oh well. I'll do a vid on him one day. Ed, I lost my biggest severum.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, yesterday morning when I got up, he was upside down, and I'm like, what? No way. Because I do water changes twice a week in this tank, and this 180, it's way over filtered. And they actually like the low pH that comes out of the faucet, the severums and the geophagus. Look at the threads on this guy's dorsal fin. I don't know if he'll be still.
Yeah, I'm not doing mine justice because I've got a whole canopy of plants above them, so you don't see the pretty light going through.
Yeah. Well, again, that's that light that I like, the Aqueon, Aqua Bright. I think that's the culprit. That's the boss severum in here, and look, one of his fins is torn up a little, like defensive ones. But his wife, his girlfriend, yeah, and she's torn up a little bit too. Look at her tail.
Yep.
That's always been his sweetheart. Always, always. I had her for several years before I got him as a little tiny thing, and these other big betas, severums. But, do y'all want to see the dead fish? I froze him because I gotta dig a grave for him. I'm gonna put him out by Toby. A big fish like that. He never got along with the others. He was like the size of a quarter, and so I kept him in another tank where the Pacu are now. I kept him in there for like 2.5 years, or maybe 2 years, and then I put him in here when I set this tank up. And amazingly, he got along fine with everybody. But he's big. If anybody doesn't want to look at it, actually, my kitchen counter is scarier than the dead fish. So, what else?
Do you still have those little white Severin like hybrid things?
Yeah, the platinum. Yeah,
Those things are pretty cool.
he really is a foot wide because the paper towel is.
Wow.
Let's see, his mouth is all beat up. So
oh my gosh.
That's what I wanted people to see too. He doesn't have any other damage to him anywhere. All of his fins are fine, and he's like a canary yellow. There's no white in here except the tanks. But yeah, so he's the same width as the paper towel, basically. Maybe a quarter of an inch. He's a big old severum.
You could take him and get him taxidermied.
Oh yeah. If anybody has any other ideas, but It's kind of obvious, but you would think it'd have damage all over him. I don't know. He was fine the night before. I got to get him out of there and get him buried. Just hadn't had time to dig a hole. What time we got? We just got about 8 minutes or something like that.
Yep.
Something like
Man,
that.
time's flying today.
I know it. It always does when we're together, it seems like. That sounded kind of weird, as John says. Get the tropicals. That got weird. Here's one of them.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, they're still little. And still not afraid of the camera or anything.
Did they ever try to have babies?
Not yet. They did at first when they were juveniles, but not since then. But look at the difference in the size of the fish.
Wow.
And he's about half the size of the dead one. He's 6, maybe 7 inches.
Now, is he called a hill strand or a hill strunt? The Severin?
Oh. Yeah, I know what it's similar to that.
I'm still learning Severins, but they sure are pretty fish.
Somebody will say it in the stream. Hey, Marco. Marco's here. Somebody will say it. I know what you're trying to say. Chris always calls his that instead of Severums. Rockkill. Rokeil. Rockkill is what he always says. And this is a nice fish, really. It is a nice Severum. It's a turquoise red spot. And you can see the turquoise over his eye, but his body's turquoise, but you can't see it for all the red spots. He's a nice one.
Now, by any chance, that one that died, is that the one that used to bite you?
No, that one that used to bite me gave that up. He used to stay right up here. That's him over there, the orange one. He gave it up finally. She's down here. Oh, he's down here too. See, they just ate a bunch of eggs. Can't see him. But the one that I think that killed the other one, he went out just that quick. There he is. He's actually not quite as big as that other fish. He's like 9, maybe 10 inches. But you know, they do. It's not
I have the same Synodontis in my big tank also.
Do you? I got this one over there at in Dayton at not Dayton, but the one up the road there where the bird was.
Not Spring City.
Yeah,
or is it Spring City? It is Spring City.
Yeah.
Pet Stop or something.
Yeah.
I got mine at Bermuda Triangle.
Yep. I bet you paid more than I did for mine.
I bet I did too.
$10.
I think it was $60.
$10.
Yeah, mine was 60.
That's what go in there. I mean, if somebody had brought this fish and I think some goldfish, big goldfish, different things in. And I'm like, how much for the cat? I expected like $50. He wasn't quite this big, but maybe take his tail off, and he was a good sized fish. So, oh gosh, never get tired of looking at fish. Bob, what kind of Synodontis is that? And Marco would ask that, and I always have to rely on Chevy or Candy or somebody to tell me, because I can't remember. I've got a lot I haven't turned on. That's why it's hard to see them. Turn on all the lights.
Yeah, I need to start labeling all my fish so that way I can remember that what they're called.
I said I was going to chop them up and put them in a plastic sheet and hang them up. Guys, move over.
Now with you, if a stranger comes over and stands next to this tank, do they all hide?
No.
Mine
No.
do.
Well,
Mine only look at me.
I don't have that many strangers that often. You know, I don't like people looking at my fish or disturbing the dogs is the main thing. I really don't like people upsetting Rico, and Toby's gone now, but my sister doesn't come in half the time. Like, I'll take her to the doctor again tomorrow. She'll text me and say, I'm out here. I leave the door unlocked for her and all that, but she usually doesn't come in because she knows I don't want to bother them.
Yeah, if my brother-in-law or any of my family comes over and looks at them, they're always behind the wood hiding. And then if they go around to that side of the tank, then they'll rush to the other side where I'm at. It's funny.
I wish this guy, that's another turquoise red spot, but he's a whole different grade of turquoise, I think. And then she was my first red spot severum ever. They used to cost a lot of money. Now they're not that expensive. But she's a real nice one. She's getting old. He's not as old as her, but boy, he adores her if fish can do a certain thing. If they can do that. He protects her, and that's what I think happened.
Now, do you still have that one with the swim bladder issue?
No, it passed. It passed. I think I did a little video or mentioned it in a live stream or something. It held on for several months, but
Oh, so long.
yeah. Everybody in here now is right now today is healthy and doing great. So we got looks like 1 minute.
Oh, jeepers.
Has anybody posted the link? Oh, Rob's not on tonight. Never mind. I never can keep the time and the date and all of that. Oh, guys, I'm going to have, some of you may have been there when I asked him in a live stream the other day. I'm going to have a very, very special guest. I don't know when yet, but he did agree to come on. I'll text you, Ed, who, because I kind of wanted, Chevy Fish says her favorite is the red spot. Yeah. And I love that they come in the turquoise with red spot too. It used to just be the gold severums at first. Ed, there's your channel posted. But yeah, I'm going to have a very, very special guest come on, and it really surprised me when he said that he would do it. So I'll text you about it. But it's mum's the word. I want to surprise people. A couple people know it, so it may get out, but that's okay if it does. That's okay. My phone is doing something weird now. All right, guys. What'd you
Thank
say?
you, Bob.
Thank you, Ed. I was going to ask you if you'd like to do like a closing, and then I'll come back and do a quick one after you.
Sure. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. The mods, you guys are awesome. Thank you, Candy, for helping me. I had Candy helping me on Facebook trying to fix my telephone or figure out how to get on.
She is awesome, isn't she? Yeah.
She's the best. She really is. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out and having a good time with us.
Thank you, Ed. Appreciate you coming on. Talk about special guests. We missed you. You've been away a couple of weeks traveling, and then 1 week for some reason I said no, it was the last minute or something. I said anyway, you've been gone a couple of weeks. So all right, guys, just ditto what Ed said. Thank you, members, and thank you, welcome new members, and thanks for the super chats, and special thanks to the moderators. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you Wednesday. I'm on every Wednesday at 6 Eastern, and then every other Sunday. Haley at Oddball and I share that at 8 o'clock. Ed, what times are you on and what days now?
Oh, jeepers. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be Priscilla's special guest on her channel.
Oh,
and
awesome.
I don't know what time it is for sure. I'm guessing it's 8 o'clock.
I think it's 10 o'clock Eastern time. I did it a couple of weeks ago. She mainly wants you to read the chat, so don't lose those classes.
Yeah, hopefully the screen will be on her and I can just do this and nobody has to look at the pores on my nose. And then I do a co-host with Diego on Petzotics on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. I get Wednesdays off, and then that's Bob's night. But unfortunately, Wednesdays are normally the day that I try to travel out, like go shopping and things. So I've missed a couple of your shows. So that's like my one night I get off. And then Thursday, I'm on with James with Fish Room Fever. And then Friday, I'm with Lefty. And we're just on a goofy show all day. And then Saturday, I'm on with James again. I am on all the time. You guys are probably going to get tired of me.
So you are on every day except Wednesday. That's your day off. And it's a different. Well, you and James have 2 days together. Once on your channel and once on his. But
yeah, only one's my channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're on a different channel then every day of those 6 days. That's cool.
Crazy.
I forgot that I had the camera still on, not on me, and y'all been looking at the floor, I guess. Sorry. Oh, people, I'm telling you, they're aggravating. All right, guys, we're out of here. Everybody have a good night, and I will see you Wednesday, and I will see you, Ed, tomorrow night on Priscilla's channel. I'll be there for sure. Good night.
Awesome.